Hi guys, my name's Daniel, and for the last 6 months and 3 days I see UAPs. I am a magnet to all kinds of UAPs. Now I've kind of reached a state of nirvana yesterday, so I don't want to be too angry. I've thought about making this video for a long time. It has been frustrating, the lack of anyone getting back to me from the government, from Congress, Congressional Committee, Tim Burchett, who literally is the guy who should be listening to me, especially since a couple of incidences happened above federal property. It'd be great if the FBI did a thorough follow-up now that they kind of have permission based on a memo a few weeks ago to UXS look at UAPs as a separate thing from drones and all of that. Sounds crazy, but yep, once I saw one, you can see them all, and it's like I see things that other people just don't see. I thought this would be an interesting background, and I'm keeping my eye on things. The sun is blaringly bright. It's like something happened with the 3-4 back-to-back CME whammies a few days ago. But I have had a sense of well-being yesterday and today. Now I am frustrated, like I said, but I've seen all types. From 513 on, I've seen literally all types of UAPs. What are they? I got some ideas. I think it's more than one thing. Like I said, if someone in Congress would get back to me, if Tim Burchett would get back to me, if any of the other people that are supposed to be on the committee would get back to me instead of being controlled age of disclosure stuff that's maybe about to happen, which is all controlled and possibly psyop fear-mongering narrative. Some of what I've seen hasn't been brought upon by certain agencies and aerospace companies to confuse and harass me. Yes, very likely. But that doesn't mean that I haven't seen the real deal. A whole lot of the real deal that's pretty undeniable if someone would actually look at all the footage I have. If there's any documentary makers, I got the footage, man. It'd be great if someone reached out to me. So, May 13th, I saw 2 black orbs in the sky. I didn't realize they were completely synchronized. Maybe I saw it because my consciousness was being a good person. I was working with an intellectually disabled woman, and right before seeing them, I was making sure kids didn't get hit in the street that were actually playing like people used to be. I kind of want to see that bright sun, even though usually I don't, and I'll probably get quite burnt from this. Usually I can't deal with solar. My body's a little different than most. But I saw 2 black orbs. They were about 20-sided. That's pretty interesting. At least a couple FBI agents have looked at it and said that's pretty interesting. FBI, you now have a mandate that this falls under your purview, besides early in the year, the unrecognized, unofficial UAP group. It'd be great to hear from you guys that have actually been kind of doing this a while, but now every agent, every one of them should have someone that actually looks into this. So maybe they'd actually do their jobs. At this point, you would think someone in Congress would go, hey, give us a USB with everything I've seen. I mean, thousands and thousands of pictures, hundreds of videos, some absolutely undeniable. Others, maybe I'm wrong about a few things. Maybe some is black, a lot, maybe is black tech. I live just south of Oak Ridge, and I think my neighbors do, security clearance type stuff. They leave very early in the morning, they go to bed very early. That kind of thing for various, Y12 or RNL, and probably the gamut of aerospace companies. Saw something tested actually a month ago today, I believe, that they shouldn't have let me see, and it did 2 passes, one before it was even dark. So that's very strange. And I assume that's us. But anyway, I've seen all kinds of UAPs, starting with those 2 black orbs. I've seen plasma orbs. I've seen lasers in the sky that I think was some PSYOP tech being sent to me. Now, a lot of it is more the supernatural side, and that is definitely not all tech. Demonic, biblical, angelic, interdimensional, interterrestrial. I've seen all of it. Extraterrestrial. Don't know if it's been extraterrestrial. The only thing I think is extraterrestrial is maybe some of the possible cloaked triangle craft, but that could be us too. And, you know, that's just a possibility. The second day after that 514, started noticing shapes in the sky. On video, I caught a Nimitz style Tic Tac. Be great if someone would analyze. None of the UAP community has gotten back to me. Instantaneous acceleration. I'm looking for it. I'm swearing, where the hell did it go? But literally in the first second of frame, you see hyper acceleration. Oh, I'm video warning. Whether that is actual UAP or probably an ARV. Oh man, booming. I mean, instantaneous Nimitz-like acceleration Tic Tac. Also, in one of the pictures of the sky, I do see they're pretty rare, a big old cigar log coming down through the clouds. Those are pretty rare. I've seen, there's a couple, I think, but it's just too light. Maybe stars at the end. I don't know if there's really big cylinder in the sky or not. But anyway, that was just the second day of noticing things. Like I said, there's been plasma orbs. There's been all kinds of Tic Tacs, and some of those, maybe people have looked at my videos. Some of the Tic Tacs, maybe I've been wrong. Maybe some have been planes. But you know what wasn't a plane is the day, July 3rd, while working on federal property. That's a whole other story. I was contract security, and certain agencies must have been paying attention to me already and effing with me and doing things they legally shouldn't be able to do. Harassment, threats, hiding all my emails to people, any kind of PSYOP testing tech on a U.S. civilian on U.S. property, highly illegal stuff. And some of that might be to obfuscate and confuse, because if you see the real deal being real UAPs, or you see real black tech of theirs that they don't want, so now they're gonna screw your whole life up, which they have. It's basically ruined my life. It's impossible to think of anything else. I'm a background check guy. I mean, I got that job for a reason. I'm a background check guy. I'm a high Q individual. That's been tested since I was young. Stories with that too. But I've seen all kinds of UAP. So on federal property 7-3, Tic Tac, second Tic Tac, homeless guy waiting for a bus. Also saw it as I'm doing my rounds on federal property. And what I didn't realize in the video, you can literally see what looks like a 5D dimensional, interdimensional being, like out of the Tic Tac, slinky over a building to go, oh my God, you can see me, to investigate me. You do that frame by frame. I'm not the most tech savvy. It's pretty undeniable stuff. In the background of another video that I didn't realize too many months later, there are those two synchronized black, look like 20-sided dice, orbs again, as well as a angelic light I first saw in the background in the sky, seemingly like angel good light. Didn't realize till a long time a black manta ray demon thing flew from off of the side here, and this guy's in the middle here and attacks it, and there's a 4-second dogfight, and the white or possibly angelic thing shoots into the sky, and this guy slinkies away upset. That was also right next to federal property. Yes, I had access to Tim Burchett's building and the one next to it, right next to it basically, so this is all, you know, aerospace stuff that the federal government should have actually had FBI come talk to me in person, not just on the phone. Should have asked for all my data and things like that. Like I said, there's been nasty PSYOP stuff on me. I didn't ask for any of this. I've always been open-minded about UAPs. I mean, I watched the movie Contact and, you know, in the theater, and always open-minded, a lot of space out there, but I was always thinking ETs, 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 and that's I guess they use that extraterrestrial. Oh, there's no proof of extraterrestrial. They don't say there's no proof of interdimensional or demonic or old gods or interterrestrial, which a lot of it might be. Undeniable footage. How about the jellyfish that visited me, waiting on me, waiting as soon as I woke up, and I work, you know, late, and I'm not working a lot, and I'm struggling, and I've gone through my savings because of, you know, trying to report this, so no whistleblower protection. But what I can only assume is an interdimensional jellyfish in the sky waiting on me, and it's blinking in and out of our dimension, it seemed like, and you can see its tentacles trails. I usually don't get jellyfish, that's not what I get, but this guy seemed very good, was waiting on me. 6 minutes 36 seconds interacting with this thing as it kind of phased in and out of our dimension is what it seemed like. It seemed like a biologic alien. Is it alien, or do most people just not see those wavelengths? I don't think it's really alien. I think it's interdimensional, and most people don't raise their consciousness to see those wavelengths, probably. I know this sounds crazy. You look at my footage, it's undeniable. You know, and it's official now. We got the vice president, we got the Congress, we got people talking about it. Now, some of this is probably towards, oh my God, they're going to kill us all, and we need more money, and we need more control of the, you know, NWO and the state, and we need more billions of dollars, right? Because, oh my God, you know, I think that might be being what's set up. I can tell you that some of them are very good. At least the jellyfish seem to be good. And then last night I got another visit from my green light in the sky. He waits for me about every 3 weeks or so. It's been, I think, 4 times, at least 3, but I think the 4th time, and interacts with me through the clouds, this green light. That could be part of a big psyop, potentially, but I don't think so. It might even be the same as the jellyfish. It seems to be the same one. It seems to be waiting on me as soon as I get there at a certain location. It's been 3 or 4 times now. And seems to be good and to help me get through, which is kind of more like a demonic attack from these other entities that's harder for people to fathom, to think about. Be great for someone actually open-minded that is now a USX person at an FBI agency to look into this, or better yet, even maybe the unofficial UFO group that's been going on for a while at the FBI. Now they actually have a mandate to take it seriously as a separate thing than drones. Now, I've seen some very high-tech drones. Most of that is probably testing. Should it be? I mean, they follow me all the time. I mean, literally, there's 1 to 3 anytime I walk out of the house. There's 1 to 3, sometimes 5, as soon as I get home, even late at night from jobs, working security, into my subdivision. But I've got on video many like very high-tech advanced type drones. I'm hoping most of those are ours. Some might be Chinese, you would think. But there's some of that. So some of that's actual harassment, unless they're all UAPs. And I've seen UAPs pretend to look like these large drone VTOL DOD things. I've seen what I think are real UAPs right after one to mimic itself to look like it, actually. Right after I get one that's obviously one of these man-made tech drones. All kinds of Tic Tacs. Now, some maybe I've misconstrued, maybe some are actually plans, but I mean, I had 22 Thursdays ago, 20 to 30 of them. That's not all flight at sunset, and 2 almost hit each other above my house because I'm attracting these things. I kind of think like if I pointed this way, you might see some things, and some of these planes that don't show up on radar. Are they really planes? I don't know. I do some like chemtrail dumps and stuff. It's a lot. It's been very difficult. I am sane, never had issues, don't do drugs, don't drink, I'm armed security, I'm background checked, I'm direct support professional with the state, like to work with intellectually disabled. I've worked with autistic kids. I've obviously got a good touch of the tism myself. My IQ is about 153, according to the government that tested me both as a kid. I mean, government, so meaning some NSA, CIA offshoot funded thing. People came to my house and gave cash. They weren't even doing that with that special program that people talk about. Like, they gave cash. I think it was 50 or 60. I think it was $60 cash. I think approximately third grade to my house. That's pretty weird. Plus, I got a ASVAB score, paper ASVAB score 89 when I was 15 years old. Paper ASVAB was much harder than once they computerized it. So 89 was pretty. They're like, you go into nuclear propulsion theory. I'm like, no, thanks, dude. Just to say, like, I'm a sane person. You know, it's been a very difficult 6 months. Got some cloud entities to my left forming. It's been a very clear sky. It's almost like the CMEs might have done something, and the planetary alignments. I don't know about the 3-eye atlas thing. I think that might be part of the PSYOP, unfortunately. And they've definitely PSYOPed me with some tech and stuff. And I'm in the area where there's tech testing. But it seems targeted, you know. If drones are constantly on me and those aren't actual, like, other UAPs, and I can tell someone, hey, step outside, you're going to see 1 of 3 of these things, and they do. Pretty wild stuff. Anyhow, some seems demonic. A lot seems demonic. I've seen some what I think are kind of angels, because I got picture and video a few times now of what looks like the eye, but it's not an eye to me. It looks like an egg with the 3 rotating rings, like in that movie Contact, around it. I mean, I have a very clear picture of it. So it looks like old biblical pictures. The jellyfish, I've been hoping to see him again. That seemed like an interdimensional good entity. The nice light, 3-4 times now waiting at me somewhere, seems like an interdimensional entity. I am very upset that, been very angry that none of these UAP influencers will say, yeah, come on my show, give me your footage. I think maybe they're all controlled by CIA, NSA. Even the guys that I like, even the guys that I think are maybe good people, but then there's some things that make you question. You know, Chris Ramsey, Jesse Michels. He's got a certain affiliation that makes me go, Actually, an FBI friend suggested, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, dark journalist. I think he's sincere. I'd be welcome to go on his channel and show him some stuff. Joe Rogan, I know me and you were always good, and then one of your best buddies backstabbed me over $2,000 really badly. And yeah, I did something I shouldn't have during lockdowns, made a video mentioning you as well, which I wasn't thinking of. It's out of my mind with the lockdown and the whole PSYOP murder of millions of people. But I took it down. And you would seem to be the guy. Alex Jones, what about you? What about, who's that, the funny comedian actor dude that got clean? But why has no one responded to me? Am I completely hidden on X? Depends. If I post a video, I'm completely hidden on X. So some agencies definitely monitoring me. Multiple agencies. From DHS to DOD to probably what started a lot of this, NSA, CIA, and all that. They fucked with me badly. How badly? I don't know. 3 cars of thugs and / security guys coming to hurt me, kill me, or just threaten me and harass me in 3.5 weeks. Maybe the first one wasn't really them. But I sure think that third time was. The second time was on federal property. That seemed a little targeted too. Most of my emails don't go through, even if I directly message congressional members. I've done it from multiple emails. I've talked to people, like called them on the phone. I've direct on their separate website thing, fill out forms. I got one auto response 4 or 5 weeks from one Congress member that heads the committee. You know, Luna, let you 5 weeks later. 5 weeks later, like it was held. Because some of the stuff, or if you put video links, it'll get held in DC, apparently. But it seems like someone's not letting my stuff go through. And on X, I was completely hidden. Lately, a few people have responded. Maybe I'm going to help their little PSYOP, not little, like worldwide takeover thing that's probably happening. Demons, evil. Yeah, probably. Old gods, evil. Yeah, probably. ET, evil? Probably not. Probably most aren't ET anyway. Interdimensional? Probably not evil. In fact, I think I've gotten some good vibes from some things, man. But a whole lot of demonic that most people psychologically can't handle, so I guess I won't go into that now. There's more to the story, but this is basically what happened. Yeah, based on some things in my past, I think I was already eyes on. Things kicked off. There's a bigger story doing armed security somewhere else. I saw RTR3B, or at least 6th gen or something. Unfortunately, I opened up my mouth on a couple videos and I got fucked with, and cars were tailing me, and that sounds crazy, for 2 months, and all kinds of things. You know, white van when I was talking to my FBI friend and at work, and a whole lot of weird things. And then they backed off until I saw the orbs. So, but I also saw the early PSYOP testing of the large VTOLs. They're hybrid VTOLs that DOD is testing, these large New Jersey, Denmark drones, at least some of them. Now the UAPs can mimic them, the actual, whatever they are, seem to mimic, they can mimic planes, so that makes things really confusing. But anyway, guys, I babbled. All I say is that look at the jellyfish footage, look at the footage of the drones. If someone actually analyzed my instantaneous acceleration Tic Tac, or the 2 Tic Tacs over federal property and looking like a 5D slinky entity coming over a building, go, wait a minute, you can see us? You can't deny it. The jellyfish, and then the green light, you could go, well, that's something else. I mean, it could be part of the PSYOP, but it's been over 6 months now, so I don't think so. And you know, you got Luna saying interdimensional, and a lot of people, and yeah, I think so. But then there's a whole, like, reality, it can really go out there. Is this a simulation? Most people can't handle that. That's really hard to swallow. They can't even handle it once you start talking demonic stuff. I've prayed and asked for some angels, and occasionally I'll get some help, but there's a whole lot of, like, evil in the world, right? So right now it's a battle. It seems like this bright sun, though it may literally make me ill and kill me, I don't know. The CMEs seem like they actually did something, so I don't know why. It came very peaceful and friendly, and people were, like, approaching me yesterday. Like, drawn to me yesterday, and I'm still fairly peaceful today, though. Yeah, it'd be great if Congress, FBI, somebody got back to me. Were all these UAP influencers, I think they're controlled, were they told to stay away from me? Because no response to emails, footage that's clear as day, no response on X. Something's going on there. So I don't know who the good guy is. Maybe the good guy is Dark Journalist. Maybe he's the bad guy because an FBI agent isn't really my friend, though I think he is. And he thinks a lot of it's demonic, and kind of a lot of it is. But FBI, you do have a mandate now. So stop ignoring me. You have a mandate now in a memo. Each city, every one is supposed to have someone that looks at all this stuff, USX, including the drones, and some of it is very advanced drones. Hopefully most of it is Oak Ridge shit, but should they be effing with somebody? These aerospace companies are out of control. Like the Secretary of War, and does POTUS actually control the aeros? No. And that's a problem. Should they be able to test their targeting equipment so they're on me instantaneously? No. That's a problem. That's an attack on a U.S. civilian. psyop, harassment, all these things. That's not okay, especially since it's the same as like weapon targeting, I think, you know, which I unfortunately did myself. When suddenly my job application after like 9 months suddenly, oh, now that they want me, after seeing the orbs and the instantaneous Tic Tac and stuff. So I'm not saying this is easy to understand. It just is what it is. Should we be better human beings and raise our consciousness? I think there's a chance right now. I kind of feel like something's going on with the alignment and the CMEs, and I think that kind of hurt some of the demonic. It made them a little less strong, though they made an attack on me yesterday. But I had my little light green light friend show up right away to help me through it. And I've seen those rotating eggs things. So whether you're religious or not, be spiritual and try and raise your consciousness. And please, if you are on the UAP committee, how about getting back to me? If you're one of these influencers, how about going, yeah, we want to see your footage? Kind of seems obvious. Are a lot of them controlled by CSA, NSA, Legacy, whatever? Were they told to stay away from me? I don't know. Because, like, like some of the footage is like, you look at the jellyfish, it's like pretty undeniable. You want to, oh, blow it off. I have 2